皆さん、こんにちは、ロサンゼルス。ドジャースが、まさに歴史的なシリーズをなさし、ワールドシリーズで優勝しました。大谷翔平選手や山本由伸選手のようなスーパースターを擁する。このチームは、ミスを成し遂げる運命にありましたが、最終戦は誰もが想像する以上に奇跡なものでした。今日は、アメリカの人気野球ポッドキャスト、Why Am I a Mets 版の一部を見て、海外のファンがこの歴史的な瞬間にどう反応したかを見てみましょう。彼女たちはメッツファンですが、その野球への情熱は本物です。それでは、どうぞ。
What's up, everyone? Welcome into the Why Am I a Mets Fan podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. That's Ashley Wenskowski. I'm Samantha Croston, and we are back after the Dodgers just celebrated in a big-time parade their World Series championship. Hi, Ashley. How are you? We didn't get to hear how you felt about it last time.
Hello. Yes, everyone, please rest assured. I was watching Game 7 of the World Series. You really can't get any better than that in sports in general. And what a Game 7 that was. I mean, I said this series deserved to go to Game 7. The fact that Game 7 went to extra innings and then ended in the way that it did was just cinematic. I think no matter if you're a Blue Jays fan, if you're a Dodgers fan, if you're a baseball fan, really just one of the best World Series that we've seen in a long, long time. Obviously, Blue Jays fans in Toronto, I'm sure they are heartbroken and ended that in the way that it did. I said it going into the series. By the way, everyone, I am very happy that I don't have to make my Blue Jays video about how many times I was wrong about the Blue Jays.
People were happy to hear that.
Let's just put that out there. Very happy I don't have to put that together. Secondarily, I stick by what I said before. It was the Blue Jays World Series to win, and they lost it. They literally had to go back to Toronto and win one game, and they couldn't. And I'm not saying they put up a great fight in that Game 7. They did. But I think it also makes it all the more impressive what the Dodgers were able to do. I'm not sure you ever felt like the Dodgers were dead because they're the Dodgers, but going on the road, having to win both Game 6 and Game 7, not in your stadium, is such a feat. I know teams have done it. I know it's like not the first time it's ever happened, but it's such a feat, especially considering the momentum Toronto had, the hunger that they had. It's so impressive that the Dodgers walked out of Toronto with another championship.
Do you know what my dad said that I should have done if the Blue Jays won the World Series?
What?
He said I should have bought you a Blue Jays jersey and brought it on the podcast for you as a present and made you wear it.
I would have worn it.
I know.
Humiliation ritual.
Yeah, listen, I mean, this was awesome. Obviously, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, we're going to talk about him, but he won the MVP.
Oh my
He had
God.
this really sweet speech at the parade. I think we maybe should just take a beat on him first, because I have to say, this guy, just a massive part of the reason that the Dodgers were able to pull off not the impossible, but definitely the unlikely.
I mean, you take a look at it. I know the Dodgers won the World Series last year, and I know a lot was different about this 2025 team. They did not have Yamamoto in 2024. They gave him the highest contract for a pitcher in baseball ever this offseason, and he went in there and he won Game 2, 6, and 7 of the World Series for them. If you're the Dodgers, do you win the World Series without Yamamoto this year? I think the answer is no, and I think that's why his MVP was so rightfully deserved. I mean, winning 3 games in a World Series, genuinely, has that ever happened before for a single pitcher? I don't know the answer.
The fact that he came in back-to-back games truly just astounds me. When we hear about, managers talk about how important rest is, and we ultimately see that so infrequently throughout the regular series or the playoffs, and then you see him in literally the biggest spot of his entire life come in on back-to-back nights. I believe in Game 6 it was 96 pitches, and then to come back out there in a tight spot, help your team get into extra innings and win the game on a double play. Like, it was really one of the craziest things I've ever seen.
Well, that's what I mean. These weren't just like 6 innings, get in there, but get a quality start. Obviously, the complete game in Game 2, 6 innings, 96 pitches in Game 6, and then Game 7, 2 2/3 scoreless, 34 pitches, and obviously was on the mound when it ended, induced that game-winning double play. Very fitting that he was the one to be in Game 7 to win it all. But so impressive when you think about how much rest these pitchers need on a regular basis in the regular season. It's almost just unfathomable.
Even just, down to even that one inning, and I'm actually forgetting which inning this even was now, but when the last play of the inning was Hernandez and Paez colliding, and Paez made the catch, and then they went into the next inning. I believe at that point in time, the bases were loaded, and I was even thinking, like, what happens if he throws a wild pitch? What happens? I mean, like, just that the mentality that you need to have to be able to get through stuff like that is just crazy.
The fact that the Blue Jays had bases loaded when I believe one out, and I can't even.
Yes, it was that.
The pain, if you're a Toronto fan. All of it. The play at the plate, you can debate that until the cows come home if you want to, on whose foot was on the bag, whose wasn't. It was so good. It was such a good game, but I feel so bad. It's like the Dodgers deserved it. They achieved something. They completely came over the mountaintop. They had to do so much to win that series, the 18-inning game, the whole 9 yards. But you're just left with this as a Mets fan. I know the NLCS is not the same as the World Series. But because of what happened to the Mets last year, you're just left with such a heartbroken feeling for the Blue Jays. And that's not to say the Blue Jays won't be back. They have Vlad. Obviously, they have some other guys on that team that they're going to have to figure out what to do with contract-wise, Bo Bichette and the like. But, oh my God, the Blue Jays, the heartbreak.
Well, forget about the 18-inning game where you essentially had an entire extra baseball game to win a game.
Right.
And didn't do it then. But beyond that, I mean, that game 7, I really sincerely feel like they could have and perhaps should have won, like, legitimately 3 times over.
I mean, I agree.
Going back to, like the 8th and 9th inning home runs that the Dodgers are hitting. Like, that game shouldn't have realistically even went to extras. I would love to see the ESPN graphic for who they thought was going to win that game, because it's a crazy, crazy graphic. Like, it really shouldn't have went into extra innings if you really look at it.
No.
And it earnestly could have not. It was like very, very rare, a lot of the stuff that happened back to back to back to back.
Scherzer went out there and gave them a good start.
Yep.
I mean, he wasn't dominant, but if you throw Max Scherzer on the mound, he gave you what Max Scherzer at 41 years old at this point can.
He did a great job.
I mean, yeah, heartbreak for the Blue Jays. And
Miguel
you have
Rojas. I just wanted to say that too. I was thinking about it and now I remember his name. Miguel Rojas, like I don't think he had hit a home run since like September.
Yeah.
And he hit it in the 9th inning.
Will Smith.
Improbable.
Will Smith for the Dodgers, really one of the underrated characters of this entire series. Obviously, he is not the flashy name. He is not the big name in that lineup. There is probably 5 Dodgers that you'd recite off the top of your head before him. But his home run in that game, his home run in some other clutch spots in this postseason, in this World Series, Will